have a 10-minute period of time or so thereabouts with music. And with your finger meditation tool, it partly depends on the size of it. But with the size, you might have time to do it 2 or 3 times if it's a smaller one. You might also just use it once and use the rest of the time with music to meditate and reflect. We are encouraging people to use a non-dominant hand. And I know that's a new piece for some people. But if you're right-handed, try your left hand tracing the finger meditation tool. And try each different finger as well. Now, maybe not all at once, you know, to walk it 5 times or so, but to keep that in mind, and especially as you use this on your own as well. So I think that's the only thing I want to say right now. So we're delighted you're here, and Judith, I'm delighted you're here for sure. Judith Tripp is a very familiar face with Veritas. Not only is she on the Veritas board and of course a facilitator, and really the creative mind and spirit behind the Women's Dream Quest. And the Women's Dream Quest is our oldest event, right, Judith? 31, 32, 33 years, I think now, 32. And it happens at Grace Cathedral, but it also happens around the country and around the world. So well, there will be a part of an announcement with that, but there's a virtual Women's Dream Quest coming up on May 9th, and you'll get more information about that in a moment. Judith is author of a lovely book called Circle Way, which is the history of the Women's Dream Quest. And her website is circleway.com, circleway.com for more information on Judith's wonderful work that's evolving. So Judith, welcome, and please guide us on this wonderful time together.
Thank you so much, Lauren. It's a pleasure to be here. I've been on the other 2 calls, and each time I watched all the people that I've known over all these years, 25, 20, however many years, I guess for 25 years now with Veritas. It's so lovely to see the names come up on the screen and to scroll through and see your beautiful faces. And even an old high school friend of mine I noticed showed up. So hello, Linda. And then many, many other dear friends over the course of time. So I'm delighted to share a little bit with you today. And what I'm going to do is lead us in a little bit of a breathing exercise. And then there are 2 poems I'd like to read that will kind of usher us into the labyrinth walk, because as we walk and we do this meditatively all together, the energy that we create as a global community is tangible and real. And if we walk with this intention of bringing peace and healing, bringing awareness and change to our world, then we're going to be doing something very real. I think a lot of what's going on right now, especially in all our virtual connections with Zoom, etc., is we're understanding something more about the imaginal world and how we connect in different ways. And it's Earth Day coming up next Wednesday. And I remember the first one in 1970. It seems like 4 lifetimes ago. But I think the poem I'm going to read in a while that comes actually from Jacinda Ardern, who is the Prime Minister of New Zealand. She shared this poem. I don't know who wrote it. It could be an Indigenous person who wrote it. But it really speaks as we're speaking to Earth and how we look at Earth and how we understand ourselves to be part of. And it's one of the silver linings of this time that we all have a little bit more time to realize just how much we are part of, and nothing different from the being of our planet and our whole ecosystem. So I'd invite us all just for a moment just to take in some breath. Everything that this virus is teaching us has to do with the lungs. And if we close our eyes for a moment and just simply watch the breath as it enters the body and leaves the body, just gently coming in. What a miracle it is that we have this breath that takes us into life at every moment. So a couple moments just being with your breath, not making it any different than it is, but saying hello to it. Our connection with the world, with the life-giving oxygen, the same breath that we all breathe, and the same breath our ancestors breathed long ago, the same breath that giraffes breathe, the same breath that the whales come up to breathe. And if you would for a moment visualize your lungs, truly our lungs look a lot like an upside down tree. So as you breathe in through your windpipe, just notice that is the trunk of the tree. And as you breathe in, and we know this is what our lungs do, it sends out the life-giving oxygen through all the branches and the twigs and the leaves of the tree. Notice what tree you're visualizing. This is a friend of yours. So the visualization and really just an observation of what really happens is we breathe in on our in-breath and breathe through all of the different parts of our lungs that look like the lacy tree branches, twigs, and leaves. And we'll just take 5 breaths here into our lungs, our dear, dear lungs, whom we wish good health and well-being. And keeping that imagery in mind, ourselves as trees.
Imagining our lungs as trees, such a wonderful image. Because trees are the lungs of the earth. Thank you. Bridget sent in a lovely poem, Think Like a Tree, by Karen Schwag. Soak up the sun. Affirm life's magic. Be grateful in the wind. Stand tall after the storm. Feel refreshed after it rains. Grow strong without notice. Be prepared for each season. Provide shelter to strangers. Hang tough through a cold spell. Emerge renewed as the first signs of spring. Stay deeply rooted by reaching for the sky. Be still long enough to hear your own leaves rustling. Allow yourself to carry your breath into your walk. Just simply allow yourself to be present with yourself. So take a moment, let yourself get settled. Take your time coming out of this meditative time. Allow yourself to just simply be present with yourself, present with your breath. So as we come back into our virtual, well, gathering here.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry. What a bad time to have the internet go down, but in fact it is.
For
A
sure.
terrible screen with that dinosaur on it saying no internet. So I would like to read the poem from Jacinda Ardern, if I might, just because it's such a lovely thing for Earth Day. I think the Maori word for Earth, for Mother Earth, which some people call Pachamama or Gaia, but in Maori, the word is Papa Tua Nuku. And let me read this to you. This was given to the Prime Minister, and then she broadcasted out. Rest now, Papa Tua Nuku. Breathe easy and settle right here where you are. We'll not look upon you for a while. We'll stop, we'll cease, we'll slow down and stay home, draw each other close and be kind, kinder than we've ever been. I wish we could say we were doing it for you as much as ourselves. We're doing it anyway. It's right. It's time. Time to remember, time to listen and forgive, time to withhold judgment, time to cry, time to think about others. Remove our shoes, press hands to soil, sift grain between fingers, gentle palms. Time to plant, time to wait, time to notice to whom we belong. For now it's just you and the wind and the forest and the oceans and the sky full of rain. Embrace it. This sacrifice of solitude we have carved out for you. A small offering. People always said it wasn't possible to ground flights and stay home and stop our habits of consumption, but it was. It always was. We were just afraid of how much it was going to hurt, and it is hurting, and it will hurt and continue to hurt, but not as much as you have been hurt. So be still now. Wrap your hills around our absence. Loosen the concrete belt cinched tight at your waist. Rest, breathe, recover, heal, and we will continue to do the same. So thank you for letting me read that, and hope your walk was lovely.
Thank you so much, and we'll have you on again, and we will also let people know about the virtual Dream Quest. So,
okay,
what a lovely, lovely poem, and how true it is. We're all resting. Not that we planned it, but it's certainly giving the earth a chance to take a breath for sure in its own way, in her own way. I want to have Judith close this. So, Judith, please.
Okay, again, my apologies. I had to go through all the steps of putting it all back together, but it did.
You did it.
Glad to be here. So I think this is where I left off in the poem, and I love the way it works in this poem. So I'm just going to start where I left off. The forest breathes, listen. It answers, I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. No two trees are the same to raven. No two branches are the same to wren. If what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. So stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. So I thought maybe we could sing with a little gesture. I imagine everyone knows Ubi Caritas. And what I thought maybe we would do is we'd sing Ubi Caritas at Amor, hands on the heart and on the lungs. Ubi Caritas, and then send it back out to the whole circle. Deus ibi est.
And Judith, you'd want people to be unmuted.
You have to be unmuted. That's the downside of Zoom. If we all sang at once, it would be total cacophony. So I'll sing, and please, everybody sing full-throated. Fill your house with this wonderful song. Ubi caritas et amor, ubi caritas Deus ibi est. Ubi caritas et amor, ubi caritas Deus ibi est. So send your hands out to everyone, if you would. Send the blessing out through all of our hearts and our strong lungs, out to each person in this wide, wide circle, and out to the circles of our beloveds, and out to the circles of all those we share the planet with. May we all be well.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful you could get back on and join us. And thank you. Your themes ran through our time. It's really lovely.
Thank you.
So have a blessed weekend and be safe and wise. And it's delightful to see you this way. And I hope to see you next Friday when we have Kay Muter and her special guest. So take care all. Bye-bye.